Today we're going to learn about a strategy we can use to help us solve word problems called the cube strategy. The cube strategy is something you can use to help you solve word problems or story problems. Each letter stands for a step you will complete when using the strategy. C stands for circle numbers. U stands for underline question. B stands for box in keywords. E stands for eliminate information. And S stands for solve, show work, and check. So these are some of the key words that you should look out for when you're using this cube strategy. So we're going to focus today on sums or addition and differences or subtraction. We will learn about multiplication and division later on this school year, so go ahead and take a look at those keywords too. But again, today we're focusing on addition and subtraction. So some of the keywords you might use for addition are add, sum, increase, together, total, combine, altogether, both, or and. And some we might see for subtraction are subtract, remain, left, difference, decrease, fewer than, or how many more. So we're going to make sure we look out for these keywords while we're trying to solve our problems today. So let's consider this problem. A cafeteria serves food each day at school. So far today, the cafeteria has served 589 lunches. If there are a total of 612 students eating lunch in the cafeteria today, how many students haven't eaten yet? So we're going to use our cube strategy today to help us solve this problem. So the first thing I'm going to do is circle those numbers. So they've served 589 lunches, and there's a total of 612 students eating. Then I'm going to underline that question. How many students haven't eaten yet? So that's the question that it's asking. Then we're going to box in those keywords. So we've got total here, and then haven't eaten yet. So haven't eaten yet wasn't on our keywords slide, but it is telling me that we're looking for something left over. So it's kind of important for us to remember it's looking how many haven't eaten yet. Then we're going to eliminate information. So I eliminated a cafeteria serves food each day at school. That information's background information. It's interesting, but it's not going to help us solve the problem, so we can cross it out. So the next step is to solve, show our work, and check. So looking at total and haven't eaten yet, I know the total is the largest that amount can be then. So if 612 is our total, and we want to know how many haven't eaten yet, we're going to subtract 589 from that 612. So let's go ahead and do that. So first, I'm going to look at the right side, the 2 minus 9. Now I know I can't do 2 minus 9. So I'm going to have to borrow. I'm going to look one spot to the left there at the 1. I'm going to cross out that 1. It's going to become 0. And that 2 is going to become 12, because remember, when we borrow, we're really borrowing 10. We're borrowing a group of 10. Now I can do 12 minus 9, and that's 3. So then I look at the next spot to the left. I've got 0 minus 8 there. Now I can't do 0 minus 8. If I have 0, I can't take anything away from it. So I've got to borrow again. I'm going to look at that spot to the left. The 6 is going to become a 5, and our 0 there is going to become a 10. Now I can do 10 minus 8, which is 2. And then I look at my last spot, and 5 minus 5 is 0, but I don't have to put 0 there. I can just leave it blank. So my answer here would be 23 students still haven't eaten. So after we solved this problem, we found out 23 students still haven't eaten. Now let's consider a second problem. A butterfly garden is where many types of butterflies are kept to view and study. A butterfly garden in San Francisco has 1,325 butterflies. Tomorrow, 316 butterflies will be brought to the garden. How many butterflies will be in the garden after the addition? So we're going to use this cube strategy again. So first thing we do is we circle our numbers, 1,325 butterflies and 316 butterflies. Then we're going to underline that question. How many butterflies will be in the garden after the addition? Now let's box in those keywords. I see here brought to and addition. So if they're brought to the garden, they're being added to the garden, and then it says how many will be in the garden after the addition. So I know that it's adding those other butterflies. So now let's eliminate the information we don't need. So a butterfly garden is where many types of butterflies are kept to view and study. That's very interesting, but it's not going to help me solve the problem, so I can go ahead and eliminate that. So now our next step is to solve, show our work, and check. So let's solve it. So now by looking at those keywords brought to and addition, I know that I am adding here. So again, we start at the right. I have 5 plus 6 here. 5 plus 6 I know is 11. Oh, but I can't put 11 in the ones place. That's too many. So I have to carry. So I'm going to carry that over. Can't have 11 there, so we're going to carry that over. I'm going to put my 1 and carry my 1 to the tens place then. Then I look at that and do 1 plus 2 plus 1, and that gives me 4. So then I look to the next spot, and I've got 3 plus 3 there. 3 plus 3 is 6. And then I just look at my thousands place there, and I don't have anything to add for the thousands place, so I can just bring that 1 down. So there will be 1,641 butterflies after the addition. Wow, that's a lot of butterflies. So these are some ways we can use our cube strategy to help us solve the problem. When you look at your assignment in Seesaw, you're going to see a couple of problems where it's your turn. You will have to look at the problem and use your cube strategy to help you solve it. So you're going to have to look at the problem and use your cube strategy to help you solve them.